Hi, I'm Allie.
I'm Michelle, and today we're going to be talking about the scientific method. The scientific method has 4 steps. Step 1 is question, 2 is hypothesis, 3 is experiment, and 4 is conclusion.
And today we're going to apply the scientific method to conducting an experiment using a potato clock.
So the first step to the scientific method is a question, which is simply asking a question which will later lead to the experiment. So for our potato experiment, our question is, can a potato work as a conductor to transfer energy to make a clock work?
And the second step of the scientific method is the hypothesis. The hypothesis is an if-then statement that is going to lead to the experiment. So for our hypothesis, we said, if the potato is a conductor, then it will power a clock.
So the third step is experiment, and this is when you're testing your hypothesis. So for our experiment, you have 2 potatoes, a zinc and a copper rod, and connected by a wire. These also connect to a clock, and we hope that throughout the experiment, the clock will be powered by the potatoes.
Hi, I'm Lauren.
I'm Kyle.
And I'm Colin, and we'd like to welcome you to the experiment grounds.
The very first thing you'll need in your experiment are 2 potatoes, or 2 things to be your conductors, and these are very important because this is what's going to be fueling your experiment.
Then you'll need 1 white wire, and you're going to connect it to the copper and zinc sticks.
And you're going to need a clock, and you're going to need to connect your red wire to your copper, and your black wire to your zinc.
Alright, once you've got everything threaded on the proper wires with the proper copper and zinc rods, you're going to take your zinc rod and insert it into the top of the potato. You're going to take the opposite copper rod and insert it to the opposite top of the potato. Alright, and now you're going to take the red wire connected to the copper rod and put it in the potato that has the zinc rod. And it's key that copper and zinc go together, and then copper and zinc go on the other potato. Alright, once you've inserted these, there should be a closed circuit, and there's a short chemical reaction that powers the clock. And, oh yes, it worked. Yay!
Okay, so now that we've connected the experiment, we're going to go through the conclusion. The conclusion is when you review the information that happened in the experiment and decide why it worked or didn't work. So this experiment worked due to the fact that zinc and copper are electrodes, and because they're electrodes, they're good conductors of energy. Now, the chemical reaction occurs when the zinc travels to the copper through the potato. This causes a chemical reaction and makes it work like a battery. Because it is a chemical reaction, the battery is non-rechargeable, which means it can only happen once. This experiment right here is a closed circuit, so that causes the energy to travel through and power the clock.